Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Esports Ohio stream. And week number 1 of competition started off big on the Monday. We're back. High school esports is back here. I'm Carter, and I'm joined today by
Anakin. I'm Anakin. And we're going to be covering some awesome games today.
We are. Right now, we have West Branch versus Barberton. West Branch here, big man on the Sigma, already getting a lot of space on Busan. Going ahead, charging forward here, trying to get that control on site. Looks like Elemental God, though, in the backline's gonna find Mercury. Sniffly, though, on the Ana, turning to that DPS, gonna pick off Yeti. As now these two teams are getting the brawl started off strong. The Junker Queen out of Barberton. Elemental here. Sniffly finding another onto Elemental God.
Beautiful pick onto Elemental God there. Through. Yeah, and today we have some interesting comps being run here, with Barberton running the Junker Queen, Genji, Mei here, going for like a nice like brawl comp, and West Branch, honestly, I'm not exactly sure what's going on with the comp, but I mean, obviously it's working, since they do have control of the point.
I mean, Sniffly here on the Ana, finding the angles, shutting down that Genji, and it is going to give them control of the point now, as it looks like Barberton's going to step up. They're holding onto this high ground, getting a lot of damage in, building up those ultimates, as it looks like G-Bob's going to go ahead and enter the back line. Gonna look for that flank on that Sombra and barely getting out of there alive.
And we see a Blizzard getting really online there. Like that was the fastest Blizzard I think I've ever seen. And Big Man finding a pick onto the Kiri, and I think West Branch is just gonna be able to clean up the fight just because of that early Blizzard.
Yeah, really clean use of Blizzard there, as it looks like charging forward on the side of West Branch, trying to get those exit picks, try to build up that time, see what they could do. A gas leak stepping forward, built that Blizzard.
Is he gonna be able to get out? Oh, he is. Big Man coming in clutch with the shield there. And now ults are gonna be online for both teams. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do. Oh.
And the Kitsune thrown out now from Barberton. Oh, but Sniffly's gonna shut it right down. Goes ahead and takes out Yeti there.
Yeah,
as
Sniffly,
looking forward, ults coming online for West Branch.
Yeah, Sniffly honestly can do a lot with this nano here. As he lifts the blade, no, not quite, but Sniffly just living through it. Just doing a really great job with this self-sustain, and now we see like the Ilario come out. A lot can happen. I think it hit like 3 or 4, but are they going to get value out of it?
Yeah, it's up to Elemental stepping up point, creating that space with the Junker Queen. Yeti and Big Man gonna find some trades now. It looks like Barberton might have found their flow. They are contesting this objective. Big Man gets one back though, as Barberton, it looks like they're slipping a little bit. They might not have had the ultimate economy to pull this one off, as the Blizzard though coming up big from Yeti. That might be the angle they need. Finds one, finds two. They might just get control at this point, but the Blizzard comes in from a gas leak.
Another.
The Mays are maying off here.
As it is snowing everywhere. Oh my god. Yeah, I thought it was really over there with the Barberton Blizzard getting like 2 to 3 there, and then a gas leak just hit him with the reverse Blizzard and got like 2 or 3 more, and really just cleaned up the point for West Branch there. And now I think Barberton is coming up with a little bit of a comp swap, opting to run the Cass instead of the Genji there, and West Branch opting to stay with the same. It's working. Sniffly and Mercury really just like living forever there, especially Sniffly. He's getting some really key picks onto Barberton, and oh, actually we see the Venture Mercy. This is going to be a very interesting matchup. Maybe it will work a lot better than it did last time, and we're seeing the Juno as well. Complete comp swap. I'm interested to see how West Branch is going to be able to adapt to these swaps.
Yeah, and Barberton, they're sticking Elemental back on that Junker Queen, walking forward here, doing a great job being that aggro player. Is already having to blow the self-preservation there on the side of Yeti. May might be a little stuck, but just gonna use it to hold that ground. Looks for it, as now a gas leak though is gonna finish him off. The Mercy res comes through, as these teams are trading back and forth. C-Mac got the res, but Mercury's gonna go ahead and punish that one and take out the Mercy. Yeti gonna find another Elemental God coming up, and Barberton, they might have lost that first point here, but it looks like they're coming in stronger than ever, as Big Man though getting some big damage on the Elemental. Trying to finish him off here. Is forced onto the back of site. All three very low HP right now. Big man, though, just going to choose to jump off the side there, get that quicker respawn.
Yeah, the Venture really putting in a lot of work. Like, as we see, already 80% of their ult. I'm curious to see what they do. Maybe looking for a flankle as soon as West Branch drops here. I think it's going to be big.
We'll have to watch for it now, as if you can already see Venture hiding in that spot, is going to go ahead and look for and find that Sombra. Forced to recall there. Stepping forward, the May
big wall
is
comes out. Massive wall comes out from the side of Barberton. Icebox get traded, and Elemental God really putting in the work, finding 2 picks there.
Yeah, very standard play there from Barberton, just kind of funneling them into this corridor, walling them off and finishing them off while they're stuck in there. Fish in a barrel. But now West Branch, I mean, they won the first map. We've seen them fight back before. Let's see what they could do here. Big man has that big ultimate coming in, a gas leak as well. Ooh, the Venture going up top. Elemental God, like you said, looking to go ahead and deploy this. It's just a tense moment. Ults are going to start flying, and here they come. Yeti throwing out the Blizzard. It's going to connect on the multiple targets there. It's going to allow Elemental God to find G-Bob.
Really good defensive Maywall from a Gassel. And the Blizzard comes out. I wonder what it gets. Big Man.
It doesn't look like it gets much.
Yeah, and then Big Man finding the essential pick onto Elemental God. Like, now Elemental God can't rip his ult.
The Kitsune is coming out. That's going to allow West Branch to charge forward here. Big man has the grab flux. Is maybe going to use it as a stall technique here. No, just going to play it safe and capture that point. Start getting those ticks over. Barberton coming back, ready to fight. And now Big man decides to pull the trigger. Finds a pull. It's just going to instantly take out C-Mac. And there goes Elemental as well. Big man coming up big here, getting extra 10, 15% on the side for West Branch.
Really good staggers there from the side of West Branch. Because I think Barberton was looking to like fall back a little bit, regroup at 6, and then engage fast with the Venture or the Junker Queen ult. But, I mean, West Branch just said no and just opted to ult there. Oh, and the ult does come out. Ults come out.
Kitsune now from Barberton. That's going to allow them to charge on in here. Elemental has that ult ready for that double follow-up. The huge hack, though, hits every single target. My name, G-Bob, finds them all. And it looks like that's going to give West Branch the angle they need to just wipe the floor with Barberton and hold on to this objective point.
Yeah, EMP, honestly, the best ult in the game right there. That is the main reason why you pick Sombra, because EMP is just such a crucial ultimate. You just click the button and it wins the fight. As you saw right there, it hit 6 people and West Branch was just able to so easily clean that up.
Ooh, but here comes a bit of reckoning from Elemental. Going on in, gonna find it onto the supports. They're gonna fall instantly. Barberton looking for a big ultimate of their own, and it seems they found it now. Fighting on the point. The Blizzard in return, coming up from a gas leak in the 3v5, still opting for it, has that confidence, looking to buy time, 84%, and climbing is now a gas leak. G-Bob and Big Man are gonna be taken out. Barberton grabs this one back.
Yeah, West Branch is gonna need it. They're only in 1 fight territory, so 1 more fight and they could possibly finish off the map here, but it looks like Barberton is in the same position, and I don't know, it could go either way. We have ults coming online from both sides here. Yeti's gonna have to hit a really big Blizzard, or Big Man's gonna have to hit a really big Flux. The Blizzard comes out.
Steps up for it. There's the Flux, there's the Blizzard. Big Man, it's gonna connect. Looks to find one, gets it as well as Yeti finds 2 more with that Blizzard. As it looks like Barberton has found some pep in their step. And Big Man just gonna get frozen up here. As I'm holding my breath though, these 2 DPS are pretty low and Big Man's putting up a fight, but it's just not gonna be enough.
Yeah, and Barberton's gonna take it. Yeti hit the bigger ult. And I mean, they even had ults to spare just in case West Branch did come back and hit some good ults there. But this is a really, really close matchup here. It honestly could go either way. It does look like West Branch wasn't able to adapt to the changes that Barberton made, especially like the Venture and the Junker Queen again. And this point especially is such a brawl-centric point. I think Barberton is going to have the comp advantage here, especially with the May walls combined with the close range of the Venture and the Junker Queen. It's just going to be really, really good.
Yeah, certainly. And watching this May matchup, we've talked about it so much, but just the blizzards, the importance placed on how many people it gets, who uses it, how fast you build it, and see that will certainly come into play here. As now a swap over to big man on Reinhardt. Talk about a big man type tank. Reinhardt, the biggest of them all, charging in here, creating so much space already. As it looks like Elemental is going to go ahead and flank along with the Venture. The two Elementals working together, creating a bit of chaos now, making this fight a true Overwatch-style brawl. But a gas leak is going to find Elemental God first, and that's going to go ahead and put Barberton just a little bit behind.
Massive wall comes out, and Elemental does fall. It, like, really just emphasizing the pressure on these Mei walls here, especially because West Branch, they did comp swap, and they're on a really, really strong comp, especially for this point with the Reinhardt and the Moira, and still opting to stay on the Sombra. The Sombra's EMP is just going to be insane. Oh, and Barberton opting to comp swap again, swapping to the Ramatra and the Bastion, really just looking to blow up the Reinhardt here. I'm curious to see how well that goes for them.
Yeah, certainly we're going to see that Bastion just blasting through this Ryan shields. It looks like he's already getting low, and you can see it happening right now. Gonna charge in though. Big man doesn't want to be stopped. 1 inch. Trying to get all this space, builds up the shatter. Gonna be looking to deploy that most certainly here if things go a little haywire. Standing on top of the Mei wall, giving that pressure, giving that force. It's allowed a gas to find Shadow, but Yeti was also able to find Mercury. These Meis are sniping in a huge shatter. Big man finding not only the front line, but the back line and everyone around. Elemental taken out there. Elemental God on that Bastion though. Didn't see it on the side. Actually got around the shatter. Was able to get 2 picks, now 3. And this Bastion has come in clutch as the fight has gone completely irregular, completely to the point. These two teams just trying to get 1 pick, 1 advantage to turn it around. The Bastion ultimate coming out. Ooh, big man gonna be stunned up and stuck, and the explosions from Elemental God gonna do that damage. Does almost fall though, is now trapped in the face of a Mei. Able to go turret mode just in the nick of time as all this is happening though. West Branch is getting more time on the objective. Almost up to past 85% here. Even if Barberton win this fight, West Branch is in 1 fight territory.
Oh yeah, 100%. And ults just coming out from both sides. And I think West Branch does have the slight ultimate advantage here, especially with EMP. EMP is just going to shut down anything Barberton throws at them. And I think he's staging for this EMP right now. He's trying to talk to his team, tell them to walk up.
Yeah, you can see the mind of a hunter here in My Name G-Bob, looking for something as it starts off. Big man finds Yeti instantly. Elemental God gets a gas though, and there's that EMP. It finds C-Mac, it finds Elemental God, and it finds Elemental, as that is a huge layup for West Branch to take this 1 fight and go ahead and take map 1 here.
Yep, absolutely beautiful EMP from My Name G-Bob. And I think I don't think Barberton's going to be able to get a really good touch here. And the wall comes out, completely shutting down Barberton. And West Branch is going to be taking map 1.
Yeah, West Branch grabbing Busan here. Map 1 in this first to 3 best of 5 series. Going over to the West Branch. But, I mean, big man here with the play of the game. Definitely showing off a play of the game type play style with a huge gravitic flux, making great use of these tank ultimates. And I mean, watching this though, I'm excited for the rest of the series as these two teams, they're fighting back and forth. They're neck and neck.
So am I. I really like the comp swaps that both these teams were swapping to. Like, it was just so back and forth, and it really is like a lot of character matchups, because honestly, it could go either way. I think it just really depends on how fast they're able to adapt to the other. And honestly, I'm excited to see what the next map is going to be, because that's going to determine what comps they're going to be playing.
Yeah, and with the format, it will be up to Barberton to choose the next map and style. We'll see what they choose. We'll see what they do. We'll see how these teams play when we come back from this short break. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this matchup between West Branch and Barberton. West Branch taking map number 1, this best of 3 series, Busan. Map choice was up to Barberton, and they're taking us to good old Kings Row.
Kings Row, love to see it. And obviously, Kings Row, this is Brawl Comp's home turf. I'm honestly excited to see some Mays, some Reinhardts, some Ramatras, maybe some Arissas. We will just have to see, but we're going to have Barberton on the blue team here and West Branch on the red. And I'm excited to see it. So Barberton running the Reinhardt May Mercy here. Both teams opting to run the Mercy. And we got Big Man on the Ramatra, the May, the Ana. Honestly, staple in Brawl Comps. We love the May because the walls, you can just wall off an entire choke. And actually, they might be sticking with the Sim here. The Sim is really good here because they might just opt to TP behind them or like on the high ground where they get the positional advantage and let their Ana and Ramatra just shoot down on the Reinhardt for free because obviously Reinhardt does not have the verticality that some of these other heroes have.
Most certainly, as it looks like what you call with that TP in the high ground is going to come out. The Sim TP sets up, it goes ahead, and it drops them right behind and right in time, but Yeti's just going to be able to snipe Sniffly before anything can get started there. Barberton starting off strong. Yeti on that May, already making their presence known here. Picks off 2 and sets it up as Barberton defense holds firm.
The defense was firm. They had Elemental God set up on the high ground there. Just such a strong power position, able to land a dynamite as they walked out through the TP. And even with the damage boost, oh my god, it's so much damage. It's hard to recover from that.
Yeah, that damage boosted Ash. You're seeing it right now, dishing out that damage. But Mercury found a snipe onto Yeti with that Kiriko. Talk about hidden damage. C-Mac gets the res off, but my name G-Bob with no Ash to help him takes out Elemental God. As it looks like Elemental on this Reinhardt has already built the Shatter, though. That could help Barberton through this tough situation. Is charging in Elemental. You love to see it on the Reinhardt. Oh, just wiping the slate clean here. And what looked like a good entry, a good pick for West Branch just fell apart.
Yeah, Yeti hit such a big wall onto West Branch, just funneling them all in that choke, and Elemental was able to hit some big fire strikes. And I'm curious to see what he does with the Shatter here. Especially because Big Man doesn't have the shield to block it anymore.
Gonna go ahead and hit that wall. The Reinhardt staying alive despite it all. Blizzard coming out. That's gonna freeze 2-3 now. Allow Yeti to get some more picks off. They're not even gonna let him get past the bus here as Elemental God finds a gas leak. And Barberton, time keeps ticking away, and it looks like their defense hasn't even cracked.
Oh yeah, Barberton really with a crazy defense here. But West Branch does have some ults coming online. They have the Blizzard, they have the Ramatra ults, and they're coming close to the Nano as well. But
there's that Shatter right into the Kitsune. There is going to be the Ram running in, though. Everyone's popping their ultimates. We're going full Overwatch mode as Yeti and Elemental, and Yeti again find 3. And it looks like Barberton, they just had more ultimates, had more time. Big Man, though, finding 3 with this Ram. The res does come off. C-Mac clutching it to get Elemental back up and running to take out Big Man right there. And while Barberton lost a lot of members, they won the fight. It is West Branch, though, that has that much closer spawn. They might be able to take advantage of it, but without their tank, it's going to be really hard to push through here.
oh yeah, and Barberton really, again, with another defense. And they have the Nano online and almost another Blizzard. It's going to be really hard for West Branch to break through this.
Certainly here, stepping through as it looks like the swap over by Big Man on to this Ryan. He's going to get walled off, but it's going to end up being Big Man that wins the Ryan duel in the end. The sleep and the stun was just too much for Elemental to be healed through. The hero res finds him once again. Yeti has that Blizzard. Going to look to throw it here. Ooh, walls off the Ryan, goes in the cocoon. Going to wait for it as soon as he comes out. Looking to throw this Blizzard as time ticks away. 28 seconds now. West Branch backing up. Yeti finds the angle, throws it out, knows that all they need is time, all they need is space here. Every stagger matters so much more with only 15 seconds left to have a perfect hold on the start of this King's Row map. West Branch looking for an angle. G-Bob on this Junkrat gets sniped out by Yeti. Mercury falls as well, and it looks like Barberton is going to get a perfect hold on this defense in the sleep in the wall, if that doesn't just spell how this round went.
Oh my god, I can't believe what I just saw. They nano boosted the Mercy, so the Mercy got 50% damage reduction, and the Mercy went to res the Reinhardt. And honestly, it was a game that was a game-winning res right there. That was beautiful. That was peak Overwatch right there. That's crazy. But oh my god, Barberton with the insane hold. I mean, you saw it here first. That's the power of the Brawl comp. The Mei is just so good for holding down these chokes, and Yeti just doing a great job and hitting some insane blizzards. I think we saw like a 4-man blizzard, and like 4-man blizzard after 3-man blizzard, and it looks like West Branch running the Malga comp. I mean, that is definitely one way to break through the Brawl, just with or actually, they're running the Malga on defense. Maybe trying to play a little more range here. And probably going to set up the Zen, Ana, and Sojourn on the high ground where Barberton can't get them. It's going to be hard to reach. But then again, Barberton only needs one tick on the point to take this. The best West Branch can do is draw, which honestly, kind of unfortunate. But, you know, that's how it is.
See what they could do here. And yeah, I mean, huge props as well to C-Mac on that Mercy on defense. With the further away spawn, just being able to get those insane reses like we talked about with the Nano here, is stepping out of the doors now. Barberton coming out, flying this Malga swap. Big man already soaking up a lot of damage though. Trying to stay on top of it now is Elemental on this Reinhardt. Stepping forward, huge wall coming out there. Max range from Yeti, creating so much space for the team, allowing them to walk through this choke. As Big Man is going to be antied and is going to try and fire that damage in, but can't commit to the kill without being able to be healed, as Elemental God was able to find the snipe on the enemy Sojourn. A step ahead now for Barberton, but they know they have time. They know they can play this slow. Yeti meticulously setting up these Mei walls, stepping forward, just keeping the fight going and going and going, as they know time is in their favor. Ultimates are in their favor. Elemental charging in, as always, to start this one off. Is going to fall, though. G-Bob does find Caught Shadow, and they might have just pulled the trigger a little bit too early. But Yeti throws for the Blizzard. How many targets is it going to find?
Elemental finds 2, 3. Absolutely beautiful ult from Elemental. He does find 4, but Big Man's here. Maybe he can make something happen.
C-Mac. Oh, but Elemental God is just tearing through them, and that's going to be the tick, and that's going to be the map over to Barberton. They chose this map, they chose to play on it, and we just saw why.
They knew what they were doing for sure. Beautiful hold and a really good offense from them as well. Even when West Branch had ults, Barberton just broke through.
Barberton doing a great job bringing us 1-1 tied up in this series. We talked about at the end of last match how close these two teams are, how it will certainly be a back and forth, and we are already getting into that here. As map choice next up will be for West Branch. Do you have an idea what kind of maps they might be looking for?
Maybe something that's not as brawl centric. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking either like a long range escort map. I'm not exactly sure what the next map mode is. It's either escort or push. So usually you get to see a little more like long range engagement maps like Circuit Royale, like Rialto, and like Havana, like super like sniper heavy maps. So maps where the Mei might not get as much value, like the Reinhardt might not get as much value. Maybe like we can see like a dive map like Dorado, or actually we're seeing Eichenwald. Eichenwald's like a little bit of a hybrid. So like the first point is really good for brawl, also really strong for poke, but the second point really strong for dive and poke there as well. And like the third point, really brawl centric. Maybe West Branch is really like betting on like adapting and hoping that Barberton can't keep up like they did for the first map.
Yeah, it looks like though it might not. They'll have to swap off Eichenwald as they did already play on a hybrid map type. So gonna go over to what you were talking about instead in that Dorado, that true escort map. And yeah, talk about that long range. But Dorado seems like kind of the least long range of the long range ones, even with that first point, especially having that brawl collapse kind of area.
Yeah, 100%. Maybe like they went in like, oh, we're gonna pick Eichenwald, and then they just like they couldn't play Eichenwald, so like, oh, let's just pick a random map. But maybe they know something that I don't. Maybe they've practiced the Dorado. Maybe they have a set comp. Obviously, you can still run the poke on this map. It's a lot better into the brawl, but I mean, dive does reign supreme on this map, 100%. If I don't see a Diva or a Winston, I'm going to be very, very surprised.
Yeah, certainly. As I mean, I'm here for. We've seen these tanks play your very tanky tanks, your Reinhardts, your Ramatras, your Magas even. But seeing them swap it up, get on dive, bring out. Let me see a Diva, a Winston, see something fun and wacky here. We did see some Genji early on coming out from these teams, and we might see something like that again.
Yeah, 100%. And let's look at the comps. Okay, so we got a Sigma on both sides, so both teams opting to go like the poke route, play the range, and we have a pocketed Sojourn by the Mercy and versus a pocketed Ashe, and Yeti opting to go on the Bastion. This is a very interesting pick. Maybe opting to like burst down the front line. Oh, the Freya. Now that's a good pick. I really like the Freya pick here because she's really good verticality, which this map is very vertical. And also like the long range poke, especially with the damage boost. I'm not exactly sure the breakpoints on Freya, but I think she can consistently 2-tap every squishy in the game. Which she's very strong.
She's very dangerous, very deadly. As a Ghastly, gonna get the power up, gonna get a few shots off. We already see that poke style coming in. We see them firing back and forth from the high to the low ground. And here on the side of West Branch, being on the low ground, that is kind of the initial struggle, getting through this first part. They're dropping so low, and it's going to be Elemental that finds that first pick off onto Stifley. That is a support down. Mercury gets the res. The Mercy coming in as the savior once again. Bit of a rotate now from Barberton, as this cart is going to be pushed under the, not the first official checkpoint, but the first unofficial checkpoint in every Overwatch player's mind. This bridge right here, a key choke point to get out and under from. As dropping down just a little too early as Yeti, is big man gonna get in the face, finds the melee kill onto that one. Elemental backing off Barberton, forcing a tough situation. C-Mac is gonna get hacked now. It's Caught Shadow, and one man down is gonna make this one a bit of a tough fight. Even if Caught Shadow can find a sleep onto G-Bob, allows Elemental God to get that one back. Barberton keeping it alive, keeping the fighting consistent. Big man finds Elemental God. A res though coming out. These teams, they're just not gonna let a player fall. Fighting at full strength over and over, no matter what here. Standing at each other's faces, Elemental dropping low. A battle of the Sigmas. The first one to fall is gonna be a huge opening for the other team to just completely go in and collapse. Continue to be contested now. Bastion ultimate coming out. These teams building it. Bob jumps right in, finds a two-man knockup on the Bob. Big man finds Caught Shadow in the madness. Ooh, a gas leak being jumped now by the Freya, forced to throw it back. Both able to survive. Finds the headshot though, right on the recoveries. Elemental dropping low here as well, trying to throw the flux in. Finds two, looking to get a kill, not quite able to do it. The Mercy healing's gonna come in just in the nick of time. Forced back though, West Branch. This is their time. They're collapsing. They found Elemental. They want to end this long stagger fight. They want to stop the time burn. And it looks like they're going to be able to do it here as just a few members of Barberton left as they're cleaning it up.
Yeah, Barberton's going to be forced to back out here. Beautiful play from Elemental there. Unfortunate that he did get picked in the end. He stunned Big Man out of his Sigma ult and then proceeded to land a 3-man flux. Oh my god. But honestly, Barberton just had so much free cart push there. West Branch just really needed to like drop and like contest a little bit more. And honestly, right now, they need to get control of this high ground, because Barberton gets this high ground for free, it's going to be over for West Branch.
Most certainly here. As it looks like C-Mac, though, got sniped by a gas leak. West Branch, talking about, like you said, forcing them off the high ground. That's the opportunity to do so, especially taking out that Mercy. A gas leak finds Yeti. Elemental, though, finds 2 and a gas and Sniffly. And once again, once you think a trade has given a team an advantage, they find the trade right back. Elemental God with the huge pulse bomb coming up big. Finds Mercury, G-Bob, and sets up for the 3K onto Big Man, the 4K onto Sniffly. And what looked like a great start of the round there for West Branch. Just Barberton able to claw it back. Elemental God with the godlike play, keeping them in this one.
Yeah, I really like the Tracer swap from Elemental God. Tracer is just supreme, like one of the best DPS of all time. Tracer is so versatile and flexible, and just able to get around the map so easily, and it's just really, really good.
Oh, Big Man. An aggressive flux. Gonna look on both the supports. They're able to heal each other back, though. Supporting your supports is gonna come in big, as Big Man wasn't able to get any of those picks. Bit of a wasted flux there. The hack is also gonna come out from G-Bob, finding Elemental and Yeti. Not able to get a kill, but certainly gonna force him back. Elemental barely kept alive here, given the nano, as now explosions drop it down, and that's gonna be right on the heads of West Branch, as my name G-Bob and Sniffly are taken out. Elemental God finds a gas leak. Barberton, just like they showed on Kings Row, are able to put up a nasty defense.
Oh yeah, Barberton doing a really great job of controlling the high ground. I was very surprised that the supports lived through Elemental's flux there. Or Big Man's flux? It was Big Man's flux. Yeah. Just this high ground is so strong for defense here, and if the offense is able to take it, that would definitely be just like the point, straight up.
Most certainly, as it looks like Elemental God on this Tracer, looking for the pick on the Sniffly. Not quite able to find it, but my name G-Bob is going to find one onto Yeti, and the Bob is also going to come out from West Branch. They're throwing in all their ultimates here. They want to get this cart through this corner. They want to get it onto this next objective. A gas leak finds Caught Shadow. Elemental forced back now, as Elemental God does have a flank. Don't know if they can save it this time, though. Only 61% towards that ultimate. Yeti did get G-Bob. Sombra got a little too ambitious there. Is going to fall. You can see Elemental's God's name tag in that back line. Trying to get a pick onto these supports. 90% towards that pulse bomb. Going to be looking to deploy it here. Is found by a gas leak, though. The flux is also going to come out, and that's going to be a tough situation. Barberton is going to get some faster respawns, though. See if some reses can come out.
Beautiful
hack. Going to get it. A gas leak, finding Elemental. These two teams, they love to brawl. If there's anything you want to learn about them from this series, is a gas leak. Also going to get the pick down, as West Branch, they've been clawing and fighting at it for over a minute now, but it looks like they're going to be the ones to come out on top as the sleep goes a little wide. Caught Shadow stands on it to burn some time. Big Man and Mercury coming up with some more picks, and it's going to be West Branch finally, after all this fighting, that gets the touch onto the point.
And the EMP to cancel the lift. Really good play from my name Jabab right there. And is Elemental going back to swap? He is. He is going to opt to swap to the Sojourn here. Honestly, really good adaptability from Elemental God there. The Sojourn is very strong on this point, because she could just slide up to the high grounds, take some really good angles, and maybe get some good picks onto the back line.
Oh, right on top of a gas leak. I don't even think a gas leak realized what was happening there. Is going to get the res back from the Mercy, as G-Bob stepping forward. Did use that EMP last fight. Not going to have it this one. Mercury pops the Valkyrie. That's going to be a nice and easy go. But look at it said for the Battle Mercy. Kill onto the opposing Mercy there. G-Bob, in the time the enemy Mercy's distracted, going to find Elemental. A gas leak deploys the Bob to finish off C-Mac. Mercury finds Yeti. And it was a tough and long fight for that second point. Looks like a short and brisk one for the last one. And with around 50 seconds up on the board, West Branch is going to go ahead and get a full cap. Maybe Elemental God is going to find one onto G-Bob, coming crashing down with the Maga. Big Man setting it up to find 2 there. As the final fight, the final staggers. Coming in, and round 1 is going to go with West Branch finding all 3 caps with 42 seconds to spare.
Yeah. Honestly, really, really good push from West Branch there. They did manage to make it. That third point is really hard to full cap sometimes. If you've ever played Overwatch, third point is it's always the hardest, but really great swaps from both sides, especially West Branch. Elemental God doing a great job. And I didn't even realize Elemental and Elemental God on the same team. That's kind of funny. But I'm interested to see what comps we see on the flip side. Are we gonna see a dive comp from the attacking side? Oh, the Elemental whipping out the hazard here. A really strong dive tank, and maybe the sim. I guess we'll just have to see.
I mean, you talk so much about last round with like that high ground, right? Watching these two teams play around it, especially when you're attacking, like trying to force through that. And sim, like what we saw in Kings Row, kind of allows you to teleport around all that.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like a lot of teams do, they'll run the auto break backline, and the sim will actually walk out like the right door and teleport the backline onto like one of the back roofs, so the supports can actually engage in the high ground fight. But since they're running the Kiriko and the Mercy, I mean, both of them have pretty good verticality. So I'm not too sure what they're gonna do with the sim here, but I'm excited to see it.
Most certainly, and that hazard as well, you pointed out. First time seeing it in this series. Definitely see it pop off, see what it can do here as Elemental. Looks like they found a My Name G-Bob, but it looks like Yeti on that Reaper is able to just teleport right on to Sniffly and finish him off. Mercury is going to get that res. The Mercy coming in as Elemental God, though, is able to get that one back. Is going to fall to a gas leak, and it's the DPS that are the front line here for both these teams. C-Mac getting the res off, making this an equal fight once again. It is going to force West Branch back, though, back behind this first bridge on Dorado. See what they could do. Kind of just firing down the alley right now. Ooh, where's that teleport go? West Branch is looking for it too, and it looks like it went off on the side as Elemental is here as well. Just trying to find a way around, trying to find that angle through. Seeing what they could do.
Yeah,
Lots
and
of balls coming up.
The hazard just doing a really great job of controlling the space and controlling the angles, especially with the own hazard wall. It's almost like a Mei wall in a sense, but honestly, in some cases even better because it does damage you if you try and like walk into it.
Yeah, he's dropping low. G-Bob finds a hack. Gets the teleport off. These two teams just staring at each other. They got to start doing something. Someone's going to build an ultimate up soon. As right now, just kind of hustled on the payload. And there it is from God Shadow making the call. Drops the Kitsune for Barberton. This is going to be their angle. They find 1, 2, 3 with it here. And this is going to be their chance to get this push through. Big Man tries it with the Flux, but it's not going to come up. Elemental got it a fully stacked laser and just completely lasered through West Branch.
Yeah, you do not want to mess with that sim when she is a level 3 charge. It hurts. And you really have to be careful when you're ripping ults like that in front of a sim. It's tough. But we are going to see the swap onto Ramatra here. Maybe having a little more survivability into the Symmetra hazard comp and the Reaper, because Big Man can just hold right click and block, I believe. And Ramatra did get some changes to his block, so it is a little more limited than it was before, but it definitely will be more survivable.
Yeti sees Big Man fall, gonna try and deploy the Death Blossom. Not gonna be able to find anything. Sim is gonna drop the wall. They're fighting without a tank here. Barberton confident enough to go forward with it. Big Man's gonna punish that confidence though. Finds Elemental God. The Sim wall, it's giving him space. It's giving him push. They're working around it. C-Mac brings back Elemental God just for Yeti to fall as well. As stuck in this corridor, walled off by the Mei. Elemental, ooh, gonna dash out just in the nick of time. Healed up by that Mercy. Does have the hazard ultimate ready. There is going to be a Valkyrie coming out from C-Mac. It looks like Barberton, they do want to fight this. Charging forward. They have their respawns back in. Mercury, though, finds C-Mac, and the hack is going to come out big from the side of West Branch. Here comes a Blizzard in return, though. Is that going to be enough for West Branch to finish this one off? As it looks like it, Big Man finds that pick onto Elemental God. Forcing the back, but Elemental just again and again just doesn't want to give up the space. Keeping it forward, even as the Ramatra ultimate comes out. This might be the final nail in the coffin for this fight, as Yeti does find a gas leak, but Barberton backs off.
Yeah, I really like this close hold from West Branch here, because it's not even allowing Barberton to utilize the high ground that their comp is so good at. Like, they're just at a full-blown brawl with the Ramatra, and we're gonna see some ults come out here.
Yeah, as Elemental gonna find a couple, but the Maywall's gonna save the team. Great use of it by a Gas Leak. Mercury drops the Coalescence, drops really low. Snifflies end up going to go out here. Elemental God able to find him, just tearing through with that tier 3 Sim Laser. Finds 2, sets up for Caught Shadow to find a 3rd. And Barberton, they were stuck in that choke for a while, stuck in a kind of never-ending stagger fight, but finally able to regroup and just punch through.
Yep, and I'm curious to see what Barberton's setup is going to be here. Maybe they're going to opt to close hold and maybe look for like a sneaky Blossom as West Branch walks out of this choke here. Maybe.
Might just do that. Yeti, though, has that Death Blossom.
Ooh,
Didn't really get much from it last time.
Yeah, he does get forced out. That is very unfortunate. But he does find one.
This time, no, blows it. Finds 2. Sniffly and G-Bob for Barberton. That's going to be this, a cap, certainly. As charging forward now, looking for it. Just going to finish off the last 3 here. And Yeti didn't find much with the Death Blossom last time, but this time found an objective cap and found a lot more time on the board for the team.
Yeah, really good Death Blossom from Yeti. Yeti, honestly, dude, just really doing a really good job this series. Just putting pressure on the enemy team, doing a great job.
These fights at the end, these are all staggers for both sides, and with the cart just capping, they're kind of equidistant away, but when you have something like that Mercy and you get the res on Elemental God, that's going to give you that one-man advantage, as it looks like both these teams realizing they might not want to risk it, but Elemental and Caught Shadow just went a little too far forward, right into the jaws of West Branch, who were able to take them both out right there. It's now with no Mercy res and now no Mercy. It's going to be Barberton that has to back off.
Yeah, but Barberton does have 2 minutes to work with here, and it does look like maybe 1 to 2 fights to win the map, or to capture the map, to go into OT. They're going to have to force out some of West Branch's ults here, because it does look like they're coming up on 5.
Yeah, and a Gas Leak has the high ground with the Blizzard. That's going to be key. Drops it right on top of them. Not able to get many freezes, but just the space it created, the setup it's given West Branch here is going to be huge, and they still got more ultimates left. Elemental God, though, gonna fight G-Bob before the Sojourn one can be built. As Elemental as well, deploying an ultimate of their own. Mercury responding with the Coalescence, but you're standing in the face of a hazard with no one to help you, and that's going to be 2 picks for Elemental. Even with all of their ultimates, West Branch wasn't able to hold this one. It only took the 1 from Barberton to break through the backline, as number 1 of those 2 fights have been won, and Yeti
a sneaky Blossom
spawn with the Death Blossom finding them all, and now Barberton has the
and they're not even able to
away.
touch. Oh my god, the sneaky Blossom in the the pocket, that was beautiful. And the hazard wall to boot back the Mei, that Mei would have lived forever, especially with the nano boost there. But oh my god, beautiful plays all around. And it does look like Barberton is gonna have the time advantage here with 23 seconds more. And honestly, I wonder if they're going to stick with the same comp or change it up for this first point. And is West Branch going to change their comp up? I'm not sure. Sniffly running the BAP here. A little more verticality than the Ana. Should be a little more like adaptable and better positioning wise. But let's see if he sticks with it. Because the nade is like such a pivotal cooldown. The nade can just control the tempo. If you land a fat nade, it wins the fight, especially since Barberton isn't running a Kiriko. They're opting to run the Mercy Ana. Interesting choice, but as we saw before, the res is insane. Like, the res is just getting so much value. Like you were saying before, it just lets you be up a person. It's great, but
res is bringing someone back is always a great tool here, both for mistakes and for tactical advantages, as it looks like Elemental God on this Soldier. Another swap up. Gonna look to find a lot of damage. Playing on the high ground. Soldier could really get that DPS out. Ooh, the sleep coming in big. Talking about that nade. Swapping sleeps and nades here, and it's gonna go in the side of Barberton. Is 1, 2, 3. Elemental Caught Shadow and Elemental God finding picks. Yeti finishing off as well. And on the first round, Barberton had a bit of a struggle on the start of defense, but with only a minute left, they put up a tough fight.
Yeah, really good swap. Like, I really like Barberton's comp, the Sojourn and the Soldier. Like, it's gonna be really hard to break that without like a dive tank like Winston or Hazard or Diva. Like, imagine if there's a Diva on the field, you could just eat up all that damage. Unfortunately,
Yeti though finds one, sets up Elemental to find two, and it looks like West Branch, their time is gonna run a bit short here as Elemental finds three right there, and Elemental God finishes off another one. And I gotta agree, a great comp swap up and great use of it by Barberton gives them a incredibly strong hold there, holding West Branch back at 38.8 meters right there, just walking out of their spawn.
yeah, it's gonna be really hard for West Branch to hold this. I'm expecting like either a mirror comp, or they're gonna try and opt to close hold the first corner with like a super brawly comp that's like super survivable. That's what I would do. But then again, you like you see where the card is. It's not even past that first like unofficial choke, as you were saying before. It's gonna be really tough.
Most definitely. And I mean, one of the other things is looking at like composition wise, if you're the defense here, you can't just kind of sit up on that high ground. You have to eventually drop and physically stop the cart.
Yes, because that's what we saw in like the very first round. I'm pretty sure it was West Branch that just gave up so much space, and the cart was literally past the first like unofficial choke. And when someone really just needed to drop, but they didn't. But surely now we're seeing a nice little close hold, and we're seeing a brawl mirror from both teams. It's almost like Barberton knows that that West Branch is going to close hold with a brawl, so they're going like a counter with the Malga Sim Reaper, just looking to blow up their front line.
Yeah, see what they can get done here as the teleport picking up for Barberton. A huge rearrange, and that's going to give them a lot of space that they need.
The Malga
and
charging.
It's just going to make absolute chaos, and that's going to be really hard for West Branch to work with now. As the payload going forward, we talked about as it gets closer and closer, West Branch, they got to do something. The wall comes up big. Sonal Malga's able to jump over Elemental, barely keeping it alive and flying.
Oh, fat stomp.
Sniffly. And that is Elemental God finding G-Bob. A gas leak does take out Elemental, but is it going to be enough? As the res coming out from C-Mac, it might just not be here as Barberton is flying through this Dorado map. And it looks like they're going to get this final cap off, and they're going to take the lead in this series 2-1.
Yeah, really good read by Barberton, because they could have, I mean, honestly, like the TP onto the high ground, it would have worked whether or not West Branch was doing the brawl comp or the poke comp, because as we saw the Malga literally just run it down through the TP and stomp onto the high ground, and as soon as they had control of that high ground, Barberton was just able to take all the angles and just really just dismantle West Branch's front line.
Yeah, and talking about that dismantled front line, that's what allowed Elemental to get such a big slam. That's what allowed Elemental God to build that tier 3 laser to get all that damage down and really set up Barberton for success to go ahead and bring them ahead 2-1 in this series, winning on a map that West Branch actually chose. So kind of putting them on the back foot here, as it will be match point for the side of Barberton.
Yeah, I wonder what map they're gonna pick next. Oh wait, is that an Atlas? Is that an Atlas pick? I think it is. I think we're gonna be seeing some good old Flashpoint gameplay here.
Yeah, going to Flashpoint. An interesting choice. I mean, if they like the Brawl playstyle, that's definitely the Brawl style to go with.
100%. Yeah, Flashpoint is...
Yeah, and we'll see what these teams do, and if they swap up to that Brawl style when we come back from our short break. Hello everyone and welcome back to the stream here, bringing you our week 1 premiere Overwatch action. We have West Branch versus Barberton. West Branch taking map 1 Busan, but Barberton fighting back, winning Kings Row and Dorado here, putting him up 2-1 on match point in this best of 5 first to 3 series. Barberton wanting to take this one, finish it off, but West Branch wanting to take us to a game number 5, keeping the dream alive here as the choice was over to Atlas and playing on Flashpoint. We were talking a bit before the break about how Flashpoint is, I mean, you're playing 5 rounds of control basically. Very intense, very fast-paced brawl.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see what comps we roll out on. I'm not exactly too familiar with the meta on like this map, but as you're saying, it's like 5 points of control, so it could honestly go either way. Like, I mean, we could see a lot of brawl, we could see maybe some poke here and there, but honestly, I'm not too sure what I'm looking at. Big man on the hog. That is one of the picks of all time. Maybe he can make it work though. I mean, we've seen him. He has the mechanics to pull it off. I'm excited to see this this hog into Hazard, and we're seeing Not Shadow on the Wu Yang too, as well. A pick we haven't seen before.
Yeah, Wu Yang and Hog definitely good in these kind of tight corridor positions. As Elemental back on that Hazard, choosing to keep with it even after Dorado jumps on it, looking for that pick, able to find it onto Sniffly. Just had to get that one more hit in, was able to find it, as this Hazard is feeling a lot more like a DPS assassin than a tank right here, finding both the supports on the side of West Branch there, and forcing them back now as Barberton, they came in strong to Kings Row, they came in strong to Dorado, and they're going to start off strong here as well, getting a first cap off.
Yeah, 100%. It's going to be really hard for Big Man to peel for the Hazard dive, because, I mean, all Hog has, he just has a hook. He's going to have to save hook for the Hazard engage if he wants to do anything to stop Elemental from getting so much value and finding these crucial picks onto the backline. But it's a bad matchup for West Branch here.
Yeah,
as we're seeing, as they're
not helping the back line. Elemental God, Elemental able to find a couple picks. Yeti as well finishes off Big Man right there, and it's looking a little tough at the start for West Branch.
Yeah, like West Branch comp right now has like absolutely no mobility, especially with the Ana Brig backline, the Roadhog, and we are seeing some swaps now. Maybe they're going to be better at brawling, maybe sustaining a little bit better with the Ana Brig. The Brig can do a lot to mess up the Hazard dive, and we're getting into it with a nice little pick from Gas Leak.
Yeah, a Gas Leak. Able to find C-Mac there. Also does have the Blizzard built. We've seen it before. Blizzard, game-changing ultimate. See what a Gas Leak can do with it. But Yeti just drops the Death Blossom right on top of West Branch. And what looked like a little bit of an opening, Yeti grabbed it and closed it fast, as now Barberton secures the cap on the first flashpoint here. And it is a first to 3 flashpoints that it will come down to win this map and either win the series for Barberton or take us to a game 5 from West Branch. But Barberton one step closer, one flashpoint closer to coming off with a win in week 1.
100%, and we're seeing the rain come out from Barberton. I'm not sure if the Rhine shielded it or not, but it does look like they're gonna get 2 picks here.
Yeah, the Elementals, this duo has been deadly all series, and deadly once again, able to pick off 3. Big Man does find Elemental God, but that's just not going to be enough now, as Yeti also just dealing out that damage on that Reaper. And Barberton with a strong hold. They did fight before the point unlocked, so it is like kind of the time if you lost a fight where you would kind of be more okay with it because you're not losing as much percent, but these flashpoints, they count away fast.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think you get like maybe 3 fights per flashpoint if you like reset very fast and like perfectly. But I mean, it's gonna be really tough, especially like with a lot of like these slower fights, these staggers. I mean, it's just going either way. Oh,
coming up huge, but the Lucio's gonna go ahead and save it with the beat. Also the Blizzard coming out as well, but the Lucio beat just soaked up so much of that damage. Big Man takes out Yeti in the end. That might be enough to just force Barberton back, but Barberton's rallying. They're coming back together. Elemental falls to Sniffly though, and the last few remaining members of West Branch were able to make it work and take this cap.
Yeah, and we are seeing like the support swaps onto the Life Weaver and the Moira a lot, like probably the most survivable supports in the game right now. Really just trying to live the elemental dive from the the elemental combo, the hazard and the tracer there. But now we're seeing ults come out.
Oh, pulse bomb from Elemental, perfectly placed, finds my name G-Bob there, and that's how this fight's gonna start off for Barberton. Is 1 man ahead. As Elemental God almost fallen, fights the recoil. Yeti gets Sniffly, and it looks like Barberton, this is going to be another win for them here. They might have lost the point for a couple seconds, but they're going to win it right back as Caught Shadow and Elemental God finished off the last 2 stragglers.
Yeah, and it's going to be really hard for West Branch to touch here because you want it like as soon as the point hits 74, that's like usually like that's you're cutting it really close. Is West Branch going to opt to try and touch here? I think they are, but do they get it?
Yeti walking forward, has the Blossom. Definitely gonna look to use it, but is actually just gonna sit on Mercury on the support as Elemental finds my name G-Bob. And more falls coming out here as Barberton. They're just keeping the momentum, keeping the pace going. After losing map 1, they have a vendetta here. And just keeping things rolling, keeping staggers coming. Trying to see, waiting for the point to unlock. There is the 30-second lag. There might be a chance for West Branch to get a fight in there, but it's going to be hard.
It is going to be very hard. I mean, West Branch does have some crucial ults online. Like, they have the Shatter, they're coming up with this Blizzard, and they have the Tree. But, I mean, Barberton just has more ults. They're coming up on Beat. They have the Hazard and Blossom combo. Like, it's going to be really hard for West Branch to live, as we're seeing right now.
Yeah, the Elemental's coming out big, and the beat in response to the Blizzard is perfectly well timed. That's just gonna neuter so much of what that May wanted to do. Is Caught Shadow and Yeti find 2 more, and Barberton, they're just gonna play the same fight they have over and over again. It's working, so they don't need to fix it. They're gonna get this cap off.
Yeah. Barberton just doing a great job of setting the tempo, just going first every fight, and it's really hard for West Branch to react.
Big man does have the Shatter though. Is gonna step forward, looking for the lineup. Actually gonna rotate around, but Yeti is just gonna sit right in there with the Death Blossom with no Reinhardt in the front line. The Shatter comes out, but it's just a little too late. As now it's gonna be just Yeti cleaning it up in the back line here. And a tough spot for West Branch to be in. They might get really just one good more fight in before.
Yeah, it's looking like one fight territory. If West Branch gets picked early, it's not going to be looking good.
The Coalescence coming out from Mercury to start things off here. West Branch fighting to keep this series alive. Barberton, they want that week 1 win, and they're 1 step closer, 2 steps closer to getting it as Elemental and Yeti find those picks. 99 overtime. Here comes the tire. It'd have to be a miracle tire. It doesn't find anything. Elemental God takes out G-Bob, and Barberton coming up huge here, dropping game number 1, but having a dominant games 2, 3, and 4. Taking this win here on Flashpoint, taking this win on this series as Barberton 1-0 coming out of week 1.
Yeah, I mean, really great showings from both sides. Unfortunately, West Branch just couldn't get their foothold after map 1. Barberton really showing like their dominance in different comps and heroes and swaps. Like especially like Barberton was just going first every fight, and like it was just really hard for West Branch to play up to that tempo and play up to that speed. But you know, maybe in future weeks West Branch is gonna recognize the patterns, recognize the mistakes, and honestly, I see a lot of potential.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, they won game number 1. It was a close series, but Barberton, like you said, they just had such versatility. They knew what they were doing with all of their heroes, and they seemed always 1 step ahead. Like they had that plan, they had that go button, and it worked out extraordinary for them here, winning in week number 1. You love to start off 1-0, as huge congratulations to Barberton for winning there, as this has been our week 1 premiere Overwatch stream. Make sure to check us out both on this one and the other Esports Ohio Twitch channel. Give them a follow us on all socials, and thank you for everyone for joining us.